Look at this gorgeous broccoli. I got it on special. So I'm making a double batch of my cream of broccoli soup. And this soup is a great way to use the stems of the broccoli because, you know, most of us enjoy the florets and don't really enjoy the stems as much to eat straight up, or I never eat raw broccoli straight up. Ugh, no, never. But even just lightly cooked, we usually like the florets. So great way to use the stems. So have a watch and yeah, you're gonna wanna make this for yourself. Okay, so with the stems, I did trim off some of the really tough outer edges of the stems. You could use a vegetable peeler to do that, or just use your knife. My broccoli is prepped, so now I'm gonna get my onions and seasonings ready and get it on the stove. So I've got my pot ready to go. The only thing I don't like about this recipe is chopping onions. But the great thing is, because this is a blended soup, you really don't have to fuss with the chopping. Just get it chopped in the pot. And then I have some dill seed and salt, and I'm going to add some pepper. The other thing in this recipe that I haven't added is dry mustard, so you can skip it. I learned from many years ago, I used to watch The Urban Peasant, and I loved James Barber, and he would say, add dry mustard to a dish, to a casserole or a soup. It will add this background flavor that people will say, what's in this? So add it if you like. I'm not, because I've become a bit sensitive to mustard seed, so I'm skipping it, but it's a great add. So I'm gonna get this started on the stove, simmered, and then we'll add the broccoli and we'll go from there. Okay, I've been cooking the onions down, getting them softened, and you do want to cook the onions first because we're not going to cook the broccoli for long. We don't want it to turn gray. We want to keep it a nice vibrant green. So you want to get these onions softened first, and now we're going to add the broccoli. Okay, broccoli is in the pot, and I just added a splash more water because now we're going to cover the pot and let that broccoli steam until it's bright green, just about maybe 4 minutes or so. The broccoli is a beautiful vibrant green, fork tender. Now we're going to get it blended with cashew cream. Cashew cream is just cashews, raw cashews, and we blend it with water. You can also use like a cashew milk to blend it with as well. Now, a couple of options. You can use an immersion blender, which is what I'm going to do today, or you could transfer everything in the pot back to your blender and give it a blitz and get it blended. I have a couple of other magic ingredients to add to this soup, so I'm going to get this blended first and then show you. Okay, I totally changed my mind and put it in my big Vitamix blend. So I've blended the soup and now I'm adding a little bit of fresh basil. Oh, it's so good. If you don't have it, it's okay. Don't add dried. Just go with the dill seed. And I have to say, I'm not a fan of fresh dill. I'm not a huge fan of fresh dill, like dill weed, but dill seed is much earthier, almost like a cumin seed, and I think the flavor is much better, especially for something like a soup. And then we're adding the lemon juice. That will make the flavor pop. And then the final magic ingredient, a little bit of miso. So if you don't want to use soy or you cannot eat soy, find chickpea miso. I'm really struggling with this now, but that's because I'm one-handing this. I'm not setting up my camera. So, whoa, that's a little bit more than I need. Hang on. Okay, that's about right. So it's a tablespoon for the batch, and I've doubled the batch. And we're gonna blend that. Now, the thing with miso is you don't want to overheat it. It will destroy the nutritional properties. So the flavor will still be there if you're like boiling it, but the best thing to do is just gently reheat when you're ready to eat and then serve. The soup is meant to have a really fresh, vibrant flavor. So once you add the cashew milk, that will bring down the temperature of the broccoli so it doesn't overcook. And then you can blend in the basil, blend in the miso, and everything is at a better temperature. Just gently reheat to serve. I'll show you once I have it all blended and back in the pot. Alrighty, the soup is back in the pot, and the final thing I'm going to add is, before you, I don't think I have this in the recipe, but it's not critical, of course, but it's nice to add. Before you juice the lemons, collect some zest. Use organic lemons, collect the zest, and add it to the soup. So delicious. Look how gorgeous that is. And if you can't do cashews, try pumpkin seeds. They work great here because, hey, the soup's already green. And they're very high in protein and zinc. Really nice substitution. I use pumpkin seeds a lot. So yeah, the recipe for this is in my guide, the Wood Element Guide, Recipes for Spring. It's also in the Cheese Trap, the book I did with Dr. Barnard. So if you want the link to the spring guide, comment spring, we'll send it to you and you can make this delicious soup. I hope you enjoy. Okay, we are plating the soup and I decided to make some wild rice to serve with it, some roasted chickpeas, and I sauteed just a little extra broccoli. I reserved some and just topped the servings with extra broccoli for those who wanted it. Go enjoy the soup.